What is there, and my dear friends? Let's move back in time to the chilly, wintry Christmas Eve of 1973. The celebrated designer, Marcello Gandini, who was incidentally designing the shape of the famous aircraft called the Concorde, was pacing up and down like this at his wife's kitchen. He had been stuck for weeks. For almost 5 to 6 weeks he's been stuck because he just could not get the right shape for the Concorde. He had a huge mandate to fulfill. It had to carry a lot many passengers. It had to break the sound barrier 20 times over. And it had to be perfectly aerodynamic in shape. And he looked around him out of sheer desperation. And he spotted a certain something on his wife's chopping board. The wife happened to be making pea soup at that point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what Marcello Gandini saw on his wife's chopping board. It was this. And this was precisely what the Concorde came to be looking like. The most aerodynamic shape in the world belongs to the humble pea in a pot. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, a little back in time to the French Revolution. Do you know where the French got those 3 pillars of their democracy? Equality, fraternity, and liberty. Any guesses? It was from the humble pea. Well, the first Frenchman, invariably he was in his kitchen because we get the best ideas from our wives. He was standing there looking around while his wife was making boiled peas. Then he happened to make a discovery that, lo and behold, each pea inside the pod is exactly like the next one. So you have equality happening there. And he told the next person to him that, well, I found the first pillar of our constitution. It is equality. And what did the second Frenchman say? He looked around and he found that his wife, again the wife, very adventurous, very versatile, she was making an array of dishes with peas. And the second Frenchman believed that all the peas are going to get equal opportunities everywhere. One goes into a souffle, one goes into a peas pulao. Maybe the French did make peas pulao with their great admiration for food. And the third person thought it could even go into a dessert. So the second pillar of the French constitution, fraternity. Everybody gets an equal chance. Last but not the least, like we're very fond of saying in Toastmasters, liberty. Have you ever seen a single pea which is forever ensconced inside the pod? Everything gets liberated. Whether you like it or not, each pea gets out of the pod at some point in time. And slowly it reaches the plate and it reaches our belly. Well, but that's not all. Have you ever thought about what the peas can do next? We thought about Marcello Gandini, and we talked about how he made the airplane. And we saw the French Revolution happen. Have you ever thought about the multitude of organizations that have been built on peace? Haven't we heard the phrase, give peace a chance? Haven't you heard of, in our history lessons, do you know how many people were inspired by the humble pea? We do not know because these great secrets of life have been hidden from us always. Very much like the Da Vinci Code. We have not gone beyond our visions and tried to crack the code beyond those bromides that have been handed down to us. Let's go back to another humble kitchen, long back. The kitchen of Mr. Copernicus. His wife was making pea stew in a copper kadai. And then he's been stuck about the number of planets out there in the sky. Then he just stole a small pea from his wife's cutter. And he realized there are 9 peas in the pot. The fact of the matter is that he had no clue about how many planets there were actually there. But suddenly 9 struck him as magical number. That is exactly how the 9 planets came about. I can see a lot of disbelieving faces here. If you don't believe me, that 9 was changed into another magical number of 10. Because recently somebody else took the trouble of opening another pod. Let's move on to another kitchen. Galileo Galilei was almost slaughtered because he had the guts to say that the earth is round. He came out of his gully once, took a long walk, and went back to his kitchen, and he found that his wife was making lentil soup of all things. Then he took a pea in his hand, fondled it gently. Then all along he's been toying with different shapes: hexagon, pentagon, square, rectangle, trapezogram, parallelogram, all kinds of things. Then he thought, why not round? From that moment, ladies and gentlemen, we've been led to believe that the earth is round. Have any of you ever taken the trouble of finding out whether the earth is round or not? I don't know. It could very well be flat. Just because one Galileo Galilei told all of us that the earth is round, we have been led to believe that. Well, the point that we can take from all these great men and women is just one thing. Look beyond our normal sources of inspiration. Marcelo Gandini had lots of papers to chew on. He had tons of drawings everywhere, but he dared to look beyond them. He looked at that humble kitchen knife and he found a great shape. What did Copernicus do? He went beyond the sky, so to speak. He went beyond the sky and came to the kitchen table and he found a nice shape. If you don't believe me, the founder of the father of a nation had so many epithets that were bestowed upon him. So many of them that we lose track of them. Which one did he mostly like? He liked the epithet, the apostle of peace. When a famous war general, General Patton, was on his deathbed, after a long and hurried battle with life, he had seen all kinds of battlefields. He's been reluctantly successful, dynamically successful, all kinds of successes had been seen by him in his long life. On his deathbed, he had these words to say, peace at last.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Let the golden rule prevail.